The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to 50-yard lines. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Hand off to Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Give and chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
Free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Left side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. A home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Lucarelli. She will turn and go to third on the triple. Hi there, Ellwood City sports fans, alongside Mohawk Warrior fans. Welcome into Ellwood City Big Gym here in Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, as we bring you live coverage of WPIL Girls Volleyball. It's match number 12 for the Wolverines. It's your Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the Mohawk Warriors once again here on Ellwood City Sports. It's October the 2nd, JV matchup at 6. The varsity is set for 7:30 approximately, depending on when it ends after or starts after the JV matchup. Brad Windhorse alongside Dakota Marshall. Thad will join us later on tonight. Folks, this is a big one here for the Warriors fans who are tuning in tonight here from Ellwood City. A big one because they went and defeated the Laurel Spartans on Tuesday, which was very, very big. That was a big win there for the Warriors, who kind of set the tone against Laurel, won 3-1, and a very big, important win to kind of keep that third-place position. Yes, the standings are not 100% up to date. Unfortunately, that's the lack of information from WPIL at times. It is what it is. Either way, you can see there that the Neshannock Lancers are at 7-1, Panthers 4-1, Warriors 5-2. Those are the top three teams, with Wildcats sitting there with 2-1 record. Obviously, it's more than just 3 games, but unfortunately, that's the only thing that we can find out there in the media world. Ellwood City sitting there in 6th place, 2-9 overall, but unfortunately 1-7 in section play. They got to get it turned around quicker than, well, sooner than later, as that window is starting to fall apart, and that starts tonight, folks. This is a big one for both teams. If you're Mohawk, you're just looking to maintain the balance here because you have earned the split with Neshannock. Although you do have 2 section losses, you can stay within a game of Neshannock at the top. This is Ellwood City's 4th straight home match. They got 2 more on the docket. We've got a couple big ones next week, as well as senior night. I think it's 2 Tuesdays from now. So not next week, but the following week, I think, is senior night.
So 2 Tuesdays, okay.
2 Tuesdays, yep.
The way you said Tuesdays from now.
2 Tuesdays, yeah, right?
You didn't say the word 2 in front of that.
2 Tuesdays from now against the Beaver Falls Tigers. There is a couple non-section matchups next week. I think they play on a Wednesday as well versus Union. So there may be a couple matches next week that we do not cover just based upon the lineup Unfortunately, I think there's middle school football versus Union and volleyball versus Union and a soccer match on this day. So we'll figure out the schedule. Either way, we've got JV matchup here, Mohawk versus Ellwood City Wolverines. Kind of a starting lineup here for the Wolverines. That'll be number 30, Eden Bunger. Number 21, that's Gianna Genevieva. Number 25, Riley Reitnauer. Number 17, Corinne Franis. Number 28, that being Brooklyn Meyer. And then finally, number 14, Jilly Murray for the Wolverines, who'll be wearing their blue home jerseys tonight.
For the Warriors, you got number 4 who will be serving.
And that's Maya Davis. And we'll go through the rest of the lineup here as we are about ready to get underway from the big gym here in Ellwood City. Back over to the Mohawk side, out of bounds there. So the first point will go to the Wolverines. Front row here is number 10, that being Chloe Kasusko.
20.
Number 20, Emmeline Grimes.
6.
And number 6 being Kaylee Olaire.
Now serving for the Wolverines, number 25.
That's Reitnauer. Back row here, set up, stays off the rafters, but comes to the net. That'll be a point for the Wolverines as they quickly go ahead here 2-0.
Back row for the Warriors, you got your libero number 19.
And that being Lexi Stelter.
Number 3.
Number 3, who's Alexis Hickok.
And number 4, who did the serving.
And that was Maya Davis, but not before another serving ace for number 25, Reitnauer, as Ellwood quickly goes ahead here in the first set, 3-0. Line drive, spinning to the far side there, set up that front row. Here comes number 20, spikes it there, Grimes, but unfortunately, too many hits on the side here, out of bounds, in fact. So that's now 4 straight points for the Wolverines. So serving once again is Reitnauer, one of the freshmen. Her specialist is the serving, so this is what she does. Front row here once again, Grimes, cross court, good setup here. Front row tapped up and over by Reitnauer, but unfortunately out of bounds. The first point for the Warriors. Subbing out will be number 19, that's Stelter. Coming in is number 16, Skylar Corby.
Number 10 will be serving.
And once again, that's Chloe Kasusko. Kasusko, good serve there. Reitnauer gets it set up here, up and over by Bunger. Yes, she does. Side row there, and that was Maya Davis, but unfortunately.
Violation.
Yep.
For the Wolverines on number 25.
Yep.
So Reitnauer.
And there's a little bit of instructions here in that front row. We reset. Back row serve off of number 14, Jilly Murray, out of bounds. Tough play there, and it's kind of caught right at the head level. You got to either go up or you got to go down, and last second change there. Number 10 serving once again, that's Chloe Kasusko. Front row Reitnauer up and over. Now for the Warriors. Back row here, Meyer sets up for Reitnauer. Back over to Genevieva. Up and stays off the rafters. Right there, right down the middle. Unfortunately, short change by number 16, Skylar Corby. That will go back to Ellwood, who'll go ahead here by 2 points.
Now checking in number 23, Peyton Hamilton.
One of the seniors here on the team, 4 seniors. She gets her time here in the JV matchup.
Serving will be Genevieva.
Line drive, good serve by Genevieva. Front row tapped up and over. Now for the Wolverines offense to capitalize. Far side, Hamilton, deep shot, but just missed by a foot. That'll be a point for the Warriors, now 5-4.
So substitution is number 14 comes in for the Warriors.
That being Maylee Barnard.
And number 20, I believe, with the serve.
Yep, good serve there by number 20. That's Grimes. Going to get it up and over. Genevieva does. Now for the Warriors offense. Set up through the middle, tapped up and over the wall, back to Ellwood. Now quickly back over to the Warriors side of things. Right through the middle there, strike off the wall, punch back up and over by Bunger. Good rally here from both teams. Unfortunately, right now are kind of caught sideways there. That'll go to a point for the Warriors to tie this one up. Give credit to number 16, Skylar Corby, a 10th grader here for the Warriors. Officially listed as 5'5". I think it's a little bit more than 5'5". Genevieva does get it up and over for Ellwood City. Front row, set up there, a little bit of a back step, but the Warriors do get it over. A little bit of a scramble. Unfortunately, right now are off of Genevieva, short change, and now the Warriors take their first lead of the match, 6-5. And folks, that's the power of serving so far. Ellwood has done well, but when they lost the serve, it's been all Mohawk, and it continues Good scramble. Nice
they
play
get
by
it over.
Reinauer. Yeah. Good play by the Lady Wolverines. Back row. Set up here for Reinauer. Hamilton, the senior, up and over. Back cornered for the libero here. Good strike there. Good defensive back row there by Murray. Hamilton up and over the wall. Reset here for number 4. That was Davis. Setting it up. It falls. Another point for Mohawk as they continue their lead here, 7-5.
Nice dig by Genevieve, but just a little too late.
Yeah, it's about a half of a step behind there. Still a good try, though, nonetheless. Serve there. A little bit too hard by number 20, Emmeline Grimes. So that'll stop the rally of points. Makes the score 7-6.
Substitution here as number 13 checks in for the Wolverines.
And that's the freshman, Eliza Convery.
And number 30, Eden Bungar, will be serving.
Again, another freshman. Primarily 6 freshmen starting for the Wolverines. Tough play here, unfortunately out of bounds on the outside edge. So that's a point for Ellwood, who'll tie it back up here, 7-7. Right through the middle there to number 16, Corby. Up and over there by 14, Barnard. And a good hit there, unfortunately for Ellwood, a little bit of a scramble. That's a point for Mohawk, 8-7.
Libero checks back in for the Wolverines.
That's number 5, Maria Riccio.
And number 6 will be serving for the Warriors.
That's Kaylee O'Lair. We've heard that name, O'Lair, a couple times for Mohawk sports. Warriors get the opportunity here. Good strike by number 14. Barnard gives trouble for the Wolverines. That makes the score down 9-7. So far, it's only a 2-point difference, but it's been the serving for both teams. When they serve, they get a little bit of a run. Right now, we're up and over. Middle area here for Mohawk. Got to get it up and over. They do. Scrambled. Unfortunately, just a miss hit there by number 17, Corinne Franis. And it stays on Ellwood's side. So the first time tonight, Mohawk takes a multi-point lead of 3 in the match. And serving is number 6, O'Lair. Sophomore, 5'4". Genevieve gets it up for Reinauer. Back to Genevieve. She'll shoot it to that back corner. A little deep. And another point for Mohawk, now 11-7. Again, folks, early going here from the big gym. 6 o'clock JV matchup, 7:30 approximately will be the varsity. Strike there, kind of a dead spot serve. Back over to the Warriors side of things. Set up here, punched up over the wall there by Barnard. Reinauer keeping it off the rafters. Hamilton, good strike there, it falls. She did that 2 nights ago, and it's very similar, and it works. Just a little strike off the shoulder, and it's 11-8.
Now checking in is number 7, Crum. And number 8, Wise. And Sophia Wise will be serving.
Again, a couple more freshmen that come in, and Crum being the one sophomore here. Sophomore and freshman-led team here. A lot of youth for the Wolverines. Set up here for Mohawk. Off of Wise there, it falls. It's 12-8. For the Mohawk Warriors, they got a pretty decent balanced team. They got a decent amount of freshmen, sophomores, and unfortunately, like Neshannock, they only have 1 senior. For Mohawk tonight, 2 days later, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors.
That serve was by the libero, number 19, and she will get a serving ace.
So that's Lexi Stelter.
And the Wolverines will take a timeout.
Yep, and we'll take our first timeout here, folks, in the first set of the JV matchup. It's 13-8 in favor of the Warriors. right, folks, welcome back to the big gym here, 13-8. I'll leave Ellwood City with 1 timeout remaining in this first set, 2 still for the Warriors. Libero serving there, good serve, it's an ace, just like that. Wow, line drive strike by number 19, Lexi Stelter. So back-to-back aces. She picked up where she left off before the timeout, now 14-8. Stelter serving again, 5'6" sophomore. Stays off the rafters, now back to the Warriors offense. A little bit of a scramble, Stelter does get it up and over. Wise, far side there for Crum, over that wall. Back to the Warriors offense, they'll punch it up and over. Scramble for Wise. Front row tapped up and over by Convery. Around the wickets, it falls. Good strike there from number 4, and that is Maya Davis here for Mohawk as they continue their routing. It's now 15-8. So Stelter here, a couple points in a row. Line drive, unfortunately, that one into the net. So one of the first and very few service errors of the match so far, 15-9.
Now checking in is number 28. That is Meyer, I believe.
Yep, Brooklyn Meyer. Again, one of these freshmen for the Wolverines. They've got plenty of them. They've got, I think, about 10.
On Tuesday, we saw some good serving by her, but unfortunately that one goes into the net. Warrior point, 16-9.
Yeah, we saw a good balanced attack from Ellwood City. I got to give credit to the front row for the JV matchup, and then the serving. Played pretty well in their matchup against Neshannock 2 nights ago. Wise, up and over. She does get it there. Now the Warriors' turn. Set there for Davis. Good strike, good play here. It's going to get over the net in the field of play. Up there off the libero. A little bit of a scramble. Crum does get it up and over. Warriors' turn now. Hit over the wall to no man's land. Kind of an offset hit there, but it'll fall for Emmeline Grimes, and just like that, Mohawk 17-9.
Serving is number 14 for the Warriors.
That's Maylee Barnard, sophomore, 5'6". Good serve there right through the middle. Wise, far side, Genevieve, strike there. Got to go and tap around. It falls, and that's a good strike. And I think Dakota, that's one of the players that kind of needs to get going tonight. She'll play at the varsity level as well, and that's number 21, Genevieve. We've seen that freshman play and sophomore play for Ellwood. Has seen some time at the varsity level.
Checking in is number 14 for the Wolverines.
That's Jilly Murray.
And who else? I think Bungar checked in
Yep.
for the libero.
So once again, 14, Murray will be serving down 7. Back row serve, possibly real close to that line. It's going to stay in bounds. Now the Wolverines' turn. Wise sets it up there. Crum up and over, back to her. Good strike by number 10, Chloe Kasusko. She'll knock it back over the Wolverine wall. It's now 18-10.
Now serving for the Warriors, number 4.
That's Maya Davis. Sorry, Maya Davis. My apologies. Far side there, Bunger up and over. Unfortunately, I think we're going to get a net violation.
Violation on number 30.
So that'll be a point for Ellwood, 11.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 30.
18-11.
Must have been 10 then.
I believe so, yeah.
They only held up a 0,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing as far as what the first number is.
Let's see here.
Now
So,
checking
couple
in
subs.
is number 25, right now. She'll
Yep.
be serving along with
17, Franis back into the field of play. Again, 6 versus 6. Front row, back row, set of 3 here. Scramble by Mohawk. Got to get it over. They do. Good strike. Back over to the Warriors side of things. Front row punched up and over there by 6. Unfortunately, out of bounds by Kaylee O'Lair. So back-to-back points for Ellwood. At one point here, they were down 18-10, now 18-12.
right now with the serve once again for the Wolverines.
Line drive serve, back row. Tough play there. The libero goes and taps up. That's Stelter. Front row off the wall. Good scramble here. Set up here by Ellwood. Oh, man, that could have been close to collision. Now that one, unfortunately, off of the setter there, number 4, Maya Davis, goes into no man's territory. And just like that, Ellwood 3 points in a row here, kind of making a run to get back into things. line drive, and unfortunately the Brad Jinx is alive. That is a service error. So both teams now with one service error. But Mohawk still ahead by 6.
Now serving for the Warriors, number 10.
That's Chloe Kasusko, one of the freshmen here for Mohawk. Set up there, up and over by Bunger. Now middle row for the Warriors. Tap there, good strike there from number 16, I believe. That's Skylar Corby making things happen. Again, they have Skylar listed as 5'5". I do not believe that's accurate. I want to say she's playing about 5'7". A little bit of a scramble here. Up and unfortunately the wrong direction by Bunger. She'll show her
and Wolverines
disfortune.
Will take their second timeout of the set.
Yep, we'll take a timeout with them, folks. Mohawk up 21-13. First set of the JV matchup. All right, folks, welcome back here. 21 serving 13. Mohawk with an 8-point lead here, looking to close out the first set of this JV matchup. Back and forth action here. Back over the Wolverines side of things. Up there, good strike by Genevieve. Nice defense play there by number 10, Kasusko. Right down the middle. Up there, unfortunately, into the net there off of Franis. That's a point Mohawk. They're real close to putting up a 10 spot here on Ellwood City.
So serving for the Warriors once again is number 10.
Chloe Kasusko, 5'8", freshman for the Warriors. Fortunately, right now, I think she had the right idea there, just shortchanged it. And unfortunately for the Wolverines, Mohawk up by 10, and if you go and play to 25 points, that's not what you want to hear right off the bat. Served by Kasusko. Front row that time right now gets it open over. Set there, good strike, and it's going to go off the rafters. Still in the field of play, but out of bounds off of Reitnauer. Give credit, number 20, Emmeline Grimes. That was a good strike there, and she'll get the point.
So now Warriors are at set point opportunity here as they are at 24-13.
Good deep serve off the back row.
And the Warriors will get the first set, 25-13.
Yeah, nice serving there in the end. It started off strong and finished strong for the Warriors. They officially will win the set 25-13 as they take the first set of the best of 3 at the JV matchup. So, folks, we'll take another timeout here on Ellwood City Sports with Mohawk up 1-0, and we'll come back and we'll play the second set here on Ellwood City Sports. All right, folks, welcome back here. Second set action about ready to get underway. As we do, it'll be Wolverines serving. That's right now. Tapped by that front row, Meyer. Mohawk won that first set as they go ahead here 1-0. They won the first set officially 25-13, and they pick up where they left off, earning another point in this second set.
Serving first for the Warriors will be number 4.
Back to the main starting lineup here, basically, in a sense. Maya Davis. Good strike there from Davis. Right now, we're over to the middle. Bunger up and over. Deep shot here. Set there by Davis. Now the front row here. Off that wall. Good scramble by the Warriors. Back to the Wolverine side. Far side there, Franis. Back over to Genevieva. Good strike. I like it. Back to Franis. Genevieva. Now the middle. Bunger got his reach. Does get it up and over. Franis gets it back and over. Good rally here from both teams. Far side, off the wall. Coming back through the middle here. And unfortunately, shortchanged by number 19, Lexi Stelter. Give credit to both teams, but a little bit more there from the Wolverines. Making some good defensive plays.
Hamilton will check in as Genevieva will be the one serving.
So a little bit better start here from Ellwood right off the bat, just shutting down the rally of 1 point by Mohawk. Good serve from Genevieva. Back row here, up and over there by Olaire. Man, that was low, right to the net line. It's good. She found the hole right down the middle, 2-1.
Now serving the libero, number 19.
That being Lexi Stelter. Line drive serve, set up there by Hamilton. Right now, to Bunger, deep row. Front row action here for the Warriors. Real close. Got to give credit there to number 20, Grimes, getting it up and over. Good strike down the row there to side. Back to Grimes again. Why not? That was all Grimes on that side. She had a tough play the first time. Second time, strikes it down. Warriors up by 2. Served by the libero once again. Good serve. Back over to the Warriors. Can take advantage of this quick offensive set. Good strike there. Back to the Wolverine side. Up through the middle. Tough play. Bunger does get it up and over. Now for the Warriors' turn. Strike there. Down that sideline. Genevieva, deep row. Line drive off the net. Bounces around. Out of bounds. That is a point for the Wolverines. And that's a big one. Cut that lead in half.
Our student section suddenly comes alive as the ball comes to them.
Yeah. And we know that tonight is Thursday, which means the football team dinner will be over in the cafeteria, so they'll be wrapping up here probably within the next 15 minutes over there.
Number 13 checked in, and number 30, Eden Bungar with the serve.
Deep serve there. Set up here for the Warriors. Olaire, a little bit of a scramble. It's not going to bend over by Grimes. That's back-to-back points for Ellwood that tied up here 3-3. So serving once again is Bunger. Good deep serve there. Back row. Up here at the middle, a little bit of scramble there by number 16, Corby. But unfortunately, it falls. And we talk about it, Dakota, pretty much every match. There's a lot of communication errors. That's going to happen with young teams, but 3 people just staring right at the ball.
Checking in is number 9. And serving is 10, I believe.
Yep.
No, 20, excuse me.
So 20 Grimes. Number 9 being Walco, but that serve was good enough to fall on the Ellwood side off of a couple sets there.
Riccio hit it, but then didn't get out of the way.
Yeah.
You can't hit it twice, so you got to move.
Good serve again. Back row here. Hamilton. Going to be a tough play here. Oh.
Under the net.
And Olaire took a little bit of a hit there, and in fact, it's actually going to be Ellwood ball here, I believe. Because I think okay. Whew.
She just hit it.
Yeah,
angrily to Ellwood's side.
Yeah. I thought it was a net violation, but either way, it's a point for Mohawk, up 6-3. Line drive strike there off of Riccio, out of bounds, off to the side. Again, another point for Mohawk, now 7-3. 7-3,
huh?
7:30 apparently is stuck in my head now.
That's varsity time.
Yep. It's an hour from now, folks.
We'll give you a little segue.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. About an hour away for the varsity matchup. Hamilton Up and over the front wall. Reset here for the Warriors. Quickly up and over just to change things up. Right now our set's hit. Unfortunately, Genevieve scramble still in the field of play. Strike there, right down the middle by Grimes. It's another point for Mohawk.
And Wolverines will take a timeout.
All right, folks, so we'll take another timeout here with Warriors up by 5. You're watching WPIL JV Girls Volleyball here on Ellwood City Sports. All right, folks, welcome back here. Second set action at the JV level, and so far all things going in favor of the Warriors. We're officially up 8-3 and serving, make it now 9. Again, folks, this has been a clinic of serving now by by the Warriors. They pick up where they left off in the first set, a 25-13 lead and victory there, and well, they're up by 6 now. Make it 7. Good scramble, but a short change third hit. It's already 10-3 Mohawk.
I mean, give it credit for as far as that made it, because they were all the way back at the baseline.
Yeah, folks, a basketball floor is 94 feet. That was against the wall, basically.
That one will go out of bounds, point Wolverines.
And that was the best thing that Ellwood can have happen without having hit the ball. Service error.
So Crum checks in along with Wise, and Wise will be serving.
This is a big moment in this matchup here. Again, it's a best of 3, and right now Ellwood is down by 6. Deep serve here, good strike. Set up the front row, Allaire. Far side there, I think that is Grimes. Nope, that is number 9, Walco. Good strike there, goes out of bounds off of the Wolverine defender. So good stuff there from Isabella Walco, one of the juniors on the team.
Now serving is number 6, I believe, Brad.
Yep, that's Callie Allaire. Hierarchy serve there. Just no backspin or anything like that. Just setting it up here. Back on offense for the Warriors. Front wall punched up and over there. I think that's number 4 on the far side. That's Davis. Allaire sets it up again for Walco. It comes back to the Walco. She gets up and over again. Wise, far side. Genevieve punches it up and over to the libero, number 19, Stelter. Front row, up and over. Scramble by Ellwood. Good rally from both girls' teams tonight. Kind of tapped together, but they do get it over. Unfortunately, catches Wise down low there. It falls, now 12-4. That has been the theme. Both these teams, a couple good rallies, but everything going Warriors' way. They're definitely in cruise control tonight. At the front wall, tap down. It's a little bit of a scramble, but good play there by number 16, Skylar Corby. Again, they list her at 5'5". There is absolutely no way she's 5'5". But either way, she gets the point, 13-4. Wise at the wall again, a net issue for Ellwood. And another
Warriors
point.
Go ahead by 10.
Yeah, and that's, again,
14-4.
it's not good when you go down by 10, because that's, you play to 25, folks. Allaire, good serve again. Genevieve gets it up there. Scramble by Wise. Back to Genevieve. Line drive, good strike. Need more of that. Front row, Walco, it falls. Nice play by Walco and company. Up now 15-4. Here's a serve from Allaire once again. Good serve. Back to Genevieve. Tough play here. She does get it up and over. Now for the Warriors side of things. Walco, far side. Riccio back to our official. Out of bounds. 16-4 now.
And Wolverines will take their second and final timeout of the set.
Hey, folks, once again, you can catch all the action from all the way back to 1985 for high school football on our website, www.ecwolverines.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole works, specifically on YouTube. Just type Ellwood City Wolverines, subscribe, and keep the bell turned on, and you'll be notified every time we go live, www.ecwolverines.com. Our next live stream will be tomorrow, a big one. It's homecoming. We'll be on the air a little bit earlier, so folks, if you're planning on coming to the game, you may want to come a little bit earlier. Parking will be a premium with pregame festivities, homecoming festivities at 6:30 with the crowning of the Queen at halftime. And a big one there, folks. Yes, it's Western Beaver, but you never know. An upset by Ellwood City would technically put them in first place of the section. So a big matchup for both teams. Back here, 16-4. Warriors starting to pull away and finish this one off. Now 17-4 as that one's a little bit too far and wide by Wise. Serving once again, that's O'Lear. Since she's taken over, she has gone on a 6 or 7 point run here. Now back to the Warriors. Punched around, unfortunately, into the net there by number 4, Maya Davis. And in this set alone, maybe just 2 errors, a service error and that error there into the net. That's it. Mohawk has been on point.
So Meyer checks in, and she will be doing the serving duties.
Again, Brooklyn Meyer, number 28 here, one of the freshmen. Good serve, kind of scramble here. Stelter does get it over the libero for the Warriors. Wise taps it up and over the wall. Good scramble by Welko. Good strike by Davis. This is going to be trouble through the rafters.
Doesn't hit.
Oh,
But mistimed hit by the libero.
Yep.
Point, Mohawk.
And the route continues. First set was a win by Mohawk by 12 points, and right now they're outdoing themselves, now up by 13.
Now serving will be number 16 for the Warriors.
That's Skylar Corby. Good serve. And it looks
Right
good from
to
here.
the scorer's table.
Yep, that's another ace for the Warriors, now 19-5. Again, another serve from Corby. Line drive, hard serve. Like that setup. Wise up and over. A little bit of a scramble here from the Warriors. And unfortunately, short change there by Grimes. Kind of caught her off guard. Not many times. Half the points for Ellwood has been errors by Mohawk. So, 19-6.
Checking in now is number 14.
That being Jilly Murray.
And she will be serving.
See
6 serving 19.
Yeah, see what she can do here, down 13. Jump serve, back row here, Stelter. Sets up for O'Lear. Front row there, unfortunately short change. That's a new sub there, number 23, Aubrey Yeckel. So back-to-back points. The first time this set for Ellwood. As the lead trims down to 12. Jump serve once again. Slide drive to Stelter. O'Lear for Yeckel. Fortunately back to her. She does get it over the second time. Scramble here. Yeckel up. Unfortunately short change it into the netting. And that's another point here for Ellwood, 19-8.
That's 3 in a row now, Brad.
Number 23, Aubrey Yeckel, freshman here for the Warriors. Just 4 freshmen for Mohawk. Senior-driven team with 7 seniors, and they look to close this one out as that serve there goes out of bounds, 20-8.
Checking in now is number 3.
And that is Alexis Hickok. We saw her in the first set.
And she will be serving.
Sophomore listed as 5'7". Line drive there. Back over to the Warriors side. Tap down. Trouble here for Ellwood. Out of bounds off of Bunger. Point Mohawk. So now 21 serving 8. Line drive serve. Unfortunately into the net. And it's a broken record, folks. Ellwood's got to get more points here. So far, everything has been pretty much just an error by Mohawk. If they haven't had those errors, Dakota, with this set would be over already.
right now checks in and will be serving, as well as number 17.
So Franis and Right now are check in. Line drive off the wall. It falls there for number 20, Grimes. Another point for Mohawk.
Serving now for the Warriors, number 4.
Maya Davis. Good serve there. Did it stay in? Yes, it did. That's a service ace for Davis. And that'll make the score now 23-9. Up and over there by the Warriors. Wolverines scramble here, hit a little bit too hard there by Murray. Another point for Mohawk.
So Warriors are at set and match point opportunity now, 24-9.
It's a big opportunity here for Davis to finish this one off. High arcing serve, back row, Genevieve. Front row right now, or sets up there, tapped up and over by Bunger. Now the Warriors' turn. Front row there, Grimes finds the hole, big opening. That was about a 6 to 7 foot opening. It falls for
set
Mohawk.
And match goes to the Mohawk Warriors as they win the second set, 25-9, and take 2 sets to 0.
Yeah, and that's you thought the first set was pretty good. The second set was that much better by 4 points. 25-13, 25-9 in favor of Mohawk Warriors. They win the JV matchup here, 2 sets to none. So, folks, 20 minutes is put up on the board. We'll probably do a check-in here because local time, it is only 6:40. So we're going to assume that this one will probably be about a 7:05, 7:10 range start time. Depends on when they start the clock. We'll tune in about halfway through the 20-minute period. We'll talk a little bit about Ellwood City sports. Big things happening, big events. Not only football tomorrow, there's a big event mid-morning, and that being the Tri-County Championships for golf, for boys golf. Big event next week. That we'll talk about that midway through this break. Stay with us, folks, here. Final score, JV 2-0. Varsity matchup next here on Ellwood City Sports. All right, folks, welcome back here to the Ellwood City Big Gym. We're about 10 minutes away from the first serve tonight, so that'll be a 7:10 start time here. We're just tuning in real quick, talk a little bit about Ellwood City sports. Big one coming up is tomorrow, the next live stream, as Ellwood City football will host Western Beaver Golden Beavers. It's a blackout night. It's also October, so it is breast cancer awareness as well. Obviously, you can see it on your screen as we speak. It is homecoming, so festivities will start at 6:30. We'll be on the air a little bit right beforehand, about 6:25, 6:30 start time, and then kickoff at 7. Boys golf will be in action Friday, tomorrow at the Tri-County Championships. Then back in action on Monday. That's the big one, folks, as they are paired up in a pretty good section there for the first round of team playoffs in WPIL. They will be one of the favorites in the top 3 for sure. They take the top 3, they move on to the next round, which I think was Thursday. Don't quote me on that. It's either Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll have those updates as they progress on Monday mid-morning. A couple other sports still in play. Cross country went and finished their regular season. They finished 10-1. The only blemish was to Mohawk, who won the section for the second time back-to-back seasons. Ellwood finishes 10-1 in section play. They've got a couple events. They got an event coming up this weekend and then a couple next week. This weekend is the Tri-County Championships up at Shenango High School, which I do believe the Lawrence County Sports Network will be covering that as that progresses on Saturday. And then a couple other things still in play. Soccer, we'll have a couple more matches left there. And then obviously football, rounding out the midweek here of week 6 coming up already. Just 4 more games left for the middle school football team. They've got 2 more. They got Union next week, and then they finish the season off with, let me think about it. Who do they have the last week? I do not have it in front of me. It's not Mohawk. It's not New Brighton. Who is it? Union followed by, what team am I missing? Laurel. They finished with Laurel. I think it's Union and Laurel. Both those games are at home, 6 o'clock. One Union next Wednesday. 2 weeks from now, it will be Laurel. So there you go. That's the middle school football team. Unfortunately, they had a big loss there last night, a 48-14 loss to rival Riverside last night. Give credit, though, to number 5, Grayson Hartman. He had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. That is the 14 points that were scored. So, folks, we're at the 7:30 mark. We'll take another timeout here. We'll come back for varsity matchup at 7:10. Stay with us, folks, here on Ellwood City Sports. The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to 50-yard lines. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Hand off to Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Give and chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
Free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And
it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Left side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. A home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Luke Raleigh. She will turn and go to third on the triple. Hi there, Ellwood City sports fans, alongside Mohawk Warrior fans. Welcome into Lincoln High School Big Gym here in Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, as we bring you Lawrence County, the MAC action Thursday night, WPIL Girls Volleyball, match number 12 for the Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the visiting Mohawk Warriors. It is October 2nd, which means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Night, so you'll be seeing a lot of pink jerseys and pink shirts throughout the next couple of weeks as we bring you continued coverage of high school sports. Fall season down to just about 5 to 6 weeks till playoffs for all the teams involved. Brad Windhorse alongside Dakota Marshall tonight, folks. We have a good one here on tap. It's going to be about ready to start here, under a minute to go. On your screen are the standings. The Mohawk Warriors coming to play 9-3 overall. Very good record. 5-2 in section play. I think they split with I was either Laurel or Shenango that defeated them, but they did beat Laurel on Tuesday to pick up the victory. They did split with Neshannock Lancer, so this is a big one for them. They want to keep pace, kind of sitting there in second and third place in the standings, right there with the Lancers. For Ellwood City, unfortunately, it's been a tough season here. A lot of graduations, 6 starters, 6 seniors, specifically on the court last year that graduated off the court. So they got a lot of holes to fill. Unfortunately, they're 2-9, 1-7 with the one victory over the Beaver Falls Tigers. They got to start somewhere, folks, and sometimes playing really good competition, competitive. Sometimes Dakota brings out the best in everybody. Again, folks, this is Ellwood City Sports, www.ecwolverines.com to check out all the action. Again, we're going to be live on the air tomorrow at the homecoming game for football against Western Beaver. Check us out, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole works. Make sure you go to YouTube, type in Ellwood City Wolverines. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell, and you'll be notified every time we go live. So we're about ready to get underway here as we have the host ceremony tonight. That is Mr. Gary Rosansky as we get ready for the national anthem here before tonight's contest. All right, folks, so there it was, the national anthem here as we get ready to go. And the visiting team are the Mohawk Warriors, wearing the black jerseys with the red and white pinstripe numbers. Starting us off is number 1, the senior outside hitter, Marley McBride. Senior right side hitter, number 2, Riley Schaefer. Senior defensive specialist, number 12, and the libero, Tess Green. Number 13, the senior once again, Sarah Hampson. Freshman setter, number 17, Macy Tanner. Senior, number 18, Emma Druschel. Senior middle hitter, number 21, Reagan Magno. And senior defensive specialist, number 25, Madison Moran. The head coach is someone we know very well, Anna Fadden, along with assistant coaches Aaron Giancola and Abby Granado.
Now for the Ellwood City Wolverines.
Yep, and now your Ellwood City Wolverines. Starting off once again with the freshman here, number 21, outside hitter Gianna Genevieva. Number 2, the sophomore middle blocker, Kara Kreitzer. Outside hitter and setter, number 1, Jaden Allwine. Sophomore middle blocker, number 7, Taylin Crum. Number 12, sophomore setter, Gracie Cruz. Number 5, sophomore defense specialist, Maria Riccio. Junior libero, number 3, Nina Frenetti. Number 11, starting off her first match of the season, junior, Lena Lucarelli. Number 22, the senior right side specialist, Natalie Jones. Senior outside hitter, number 4, Emma Shafley. And finally, number 20, the senior outside hitter, Ava Lucarelli. The head coach is Saley Grinnan, and the assistant coach is Autumn Wheeler, with the volunteer from Rihanna Bunger. Again, the Wolverines 2-9, 1-7 in section play. A big matchup here for both teams. Mohawk looking to keep pace with the Neshannock Lancers. Double coverage tonight. We've got coverage here from Ellwood City Big Jim. Lawrence County Sports Network is covering, I believe it's Mohawk or Neshannock and I want to say Shenango. Correct me if I'm wrong there. We'll look at that later on. We'll keep you updated, but that is on Lawrence County Sports Network, so they're covering the other match. And that's a big one, folks, as well, because that's a battle for basically
Shenango versus Riverside.
Check that. Shenango versus Riverside. There we go. I knew it was battle of
I
teams
knew I had
with
the
one
notification,
loss.
so.
Yeah. So it's a battle of teams with one loss, and that is a battle for second and fourth place, kind of meshed in there with Mohawk. Ellwood will be wearing the blue jerseys with the white pinstripe and the white lettering. Mohawk black with the red and white pinstripe. Kind of tough to read the numbers on the front. The back, a little bit easier to read. Officials check everything here. Looks like we'll be having a sub here as libero comes in for the Wolverines. That'll be Frenetti for Crum. As we are about ready to get underway. Front row for the Wolverines is Kreitzer, Genevieva, as well as Lucarelli. Captains give a little bit of a wave here. We're ready to go. Check the sideline judges here. Good there, good to the left, as we are ready to go, folks, here from Ellwood City Big Jim. Serving will be number 1, Jaden Allwine for the Wolverines. Set up there the front row, Druschel. Up through the middle for Lucarelli. Tapped up and over by the freshman, Genevieva. Set up here, close side. Down it goes by number 13, Sarah Hampson. And very similar to the JV action, Mohawk out early with the lead.
Now serving for the Warriors, number 13.
Yep, win the point, you get the serve. That's Sarah Hampson. Good serve there, set up for Lucarelli off the wall. It falls. First 2 points are split, one apiece.
Now serving will be number 20, Ava Lucarelli.
Ava Lucarelli coming back with an injury there mid-season. Both Lucarellis had some time that they missed, but we get both of them back tonight. Line drive. Good serve there by Ava. Back row here. Magno up and over. Reset for the Wolverines on offense. Allwine up there. Far side. Shafley cross court. Good set and dig there. Back over to the middle side there by Schaefer. Back row, Ava Lucarelli. This is going to be a tough play for Shafley. Fortunately, off the netting and out of bounds. That's a point for Mohawk.
Now serving will be number 17 for the Warriors.
That's Macy Tanner, one of the freshman starters on this team. Line drive, good serve, low arc there. Good dig there by Lucarelli to get it up and over. Now for the Warriors. Back row, they're Finetti. Up there by Allwine. Shafley's going to have to just hit it up and over. Back row, Magno. Close side here. Good strike, but unfortunately a little bit high. That was number 1, Marley McBride. So 4 points in. We got a split, 2-2.
Now serving will be number 2, Kara Kreitzer, as number 7, Crum, checks back in.
Last time, 2 nights ago, Kreitzer had decent serving here. Got to get a good run here to set us up in the early first set. Strike there, back row by Kreitzer, up for Allwine. Far side, Shafley, strike there off the wall. I'm not sure if they did touch it. Yes, they did. That was number 18, Emma Drusel, knocking it down. Point, Mohawk.
And Emma Drusel will be the one serving.
Emma Drusel, I would say, would be probably the tallest player for the Mohawk Warriors, listed at 5'9", doing some service duties here. Shafley up and over, deep corner, nice play, but good scramble by the Warriors. Lucarelli up there for Genevieve, off the wall, back to Genevieve. Good scramble for the Wolverines off the rafters. Crum does get it up and over. Front row, strike there by Magno. It's down. And folks, that's why she kind of sits in that back row. If there's anything through the middle, she'll come up and smack it down, 4-2.
Drusel with another serve for the Warriors.
Yeah, back-to-back points here for Mohawk. Up 2. No spiral there, just a simple get it into the field of play. Shafley off the wall, it falls back on Ellwood's side. So just like that, Magno back-to-back points there. One, a good strike, and then follows it up with great wall up front, 5-2. Serve by Drusel. Cross court there, serve from left to right. Up and over by Crum. She does get it up and over. Set up there by Tanner. Wolverines front row here. Off of the wall, falls, back tapped over by Crum. Good play there by the sophomore, Taylor Crum, to get the point. Kind of end the run by the Warriors.
Checking in now is number 12, Crew.
Yep, so Gracie Crew comes in.
Along with number 11, Lena Lucarelli.
And there we go, folks. First time this season we get to see the junior Lena Lucarelli.
Crew will be serving.
It's a big opportunity here. As both Lucarellis are on the courts, and a good serve by Crew. Out of bounds. That will be a service ace there for Ellwood City. Makes it now 5-4. Athletic director Kirk Gutsnell gets the ball here. Again, folks, we're about 7 to 8 weeks into the fall sports. We're past the halfway mark as we hit October. Front row set up there for Magno. Good scramble, good play, but they're going to say
violation on the Wolverines.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1.
Yeah. I think that could have
11.
Yep, that could have gone possibly both ways, but fortunately Lena Lucarelli hit the net first.
Now serving number 1 for the Warriors.
Good serve there by McBride. Up through the middle, Crum. I'm going to say McCrum. Oh, man. I'm going to combine them together. That goes out of bounds. It's a point here for Mohawk, now 7-4.
McBride with the serve now.
Good serve from McBride. Good dig, though, by Lucarelli. Up over by Ava. Set up here, front row, off the wall, goes out of bounds. Nice strike there by number 13, Sarah Hampson. Point Mohawk as they now doubled up the Wolverines, 8-4. So now serving once again is Marley McBride, a senior, one of the 7 seniors on this Mohawk team. Very experienced team as that one goes a little too far out of bounds. Point for the Mohawk Warriors, 9-4.
And Wolverines will take their first timeout of the set.
All right, folks, we'll take a timeout with them. Ellwood City down by 5. First set here from Ellwood City Big Gym. All right, folks, welcome back here. Out of the timeout by Ellwood. That'll leave them with one timeout in this first set. Early going here. It's all Mohawk, 9-4. Crew sets it up here for Shafley. Off the wall, right back at her. Good hit there by Magno. Just straight up, straight down, gets the point. It's 10-4. Magno, once again, that's a name that we know.
So that ball actually came back to Shafley and kind of hit her in the face. So she's going to go over to the athletic trainer.
Yeah, and it came right back off the nose, and I guarantee that is probably a bloody nose. She got smacked right in the face area. Again, Magno set up there, listed 5'9", but she's got the hops, and unfortunately for Shafley, it came right back as she tried to hit that one over.
Coming in is going to be number 22 for the Wolverines.
That'll be Natalie Jones, one of the seniors, 4 seniors on the team. All right, so here we go. Back to live action. Dig there by Freddy. Unfortunately, hits the net. Does not make its way over, and that's a point for Mohawk, now 11-4. And that's a tough play there for the Wolverines to lose one of your captains and senior-led team there. Let's see how quickly Shafley can get back in with that bloody nose.
McBride with the serve.
Good serve by McBride. She's been on a run here. Far side there for Lena Lucarelli. Unfortunately, into the net. That's another point for Mohawk, now up 12-4. So here's the serve by McBride. Close side here off of Jones. Punched up by Crew. Crum gets it up and over. A little bit of a scramble for Mohawk. They do get it over. Crew front row here. Crum up and over the front wall. Good set there by Tanner. Back there to number 13, Hanson, back over the Wolverine side. Lena Lucarelli up and over the wall. Good rally from both teams here, about 4 times on each side. Off the wall, back up through the rafters, still in the field of play. Up and over by Magno, now by Fernetti and company. Lena keeps it in bounce. They're going to let that one slide. She hit the actual panel of the out of bounds. Good scramble, still in the field of play.
There by Wolverines.
Yep, still going here, folks. Good rally. Magno, good pickup here by Ava Lucarelli. Now Lena, off of Crew. Back we go to live action. Still going. Magno, this time off the wall. And that was about some great action there that we've seen all season long. Perseverance there by the Wolverines. That's a big point. Makes the score 12-5.
Now serving will be number 22, Jones.
As she starts her night, and once again, Shafley's bloody nose continues to open up again. She's going to go over the trainer.
And Jones with the serving ace.
Yep, that's a big ace there. So back-to-back points now. Split in half. It's 12-6. There's a serve by Jones. Up through the middle here. Good strike. Back row. Unfortunately, no man's territory. That's a point Mohawk, 13-6.
Substitution here as number 5, Riccio will come in for the Wolverines.
Yep, so Maria Riccio will come in for Jones. Offense for defense here.
And serving will be number 2 for the Warriors.
That's Riley Schaefer. Again, one of the 7 seniors. This group is primarily senior, and then 1 freshman playing for Mohawk. Front row off the net, up and over by Crum. Nice play, but unfortunately out of bounds. That'll be a point for Mohawk. It's tough going here in the early going for Ellwood City. So once again, Schaefer serving for Mohawk. Run up, line drive there. Off of Riccio, scramble here by Crew. Middle area, Crum. Unfortunately, a little bit of a miscommunication there. Point for Mohawk. So that one had to be a little bit of a scramble walking backwards. Schaefer
Mohawk
once again.
Up 15-6.
Yeah, almost a double-digit lead here. Up 9. Back row. Ooh, man. Off of Riccio, almost comes right through and hits Fernetti now. That's a point for Mohawk as they do hit that 10-point mark, 16-6. So now serving will be Riley Schaefer once again. Jump serve, line drive, back row Fernetti, up and over. There's the wall, right down Magno. That's right in her territory. And it falls inbounds. And that's a point for the Warriors, 17-6.
And Wolverines will take their second and last timeout
we'll
of
take
the first set.
Yep, we'll take a timeout, folks. Warriors out in front by 11. All right, folks, welcome back here. Out of the second timeout, so that leaves Ellwood with no more timeouts, but more importantly, they're down by 11. Mohawk just 8 points away from the first set victory. Good strike there. Unfortunately, shortchanged by Riccio. That's an ace for Schaefer and company, and she has gone on a string of about 6 points in a row. Last time we checked, it was 12-6, and now it's all of a sudden 18-6 in favor of the Warriors. Jump serve, good line drive serve. Right to Riccio again, misplayed. And that's another point for Mohawk, 19-6.
That's 2 aces in a row.
Yep, and it's a tough play there. You got to be ready and set, and it's a low diving serve. So you got to be a little bit lower to get that up. Here's a serve. Once again, that time it was out of bounds. So service error there by Mohawk kind of cools them off just a little bit, 19-7.
Now serving will be the libero, number 3, Nina Fernetti.
It's only the third time Ellwood has served. Side step there. There's a good serve. Front row here through the rafters, up and over the wall. Set up for Crew. Deep shot there to the libero in the back row. Green back to the Wolverine side. Good hit there by Crew. Sorry, Kreitzer actually. Off of Riccio, back row Fernetti. A little bit of a scramble. Up by Ava, up and over. Now the Warriors' turn. Set there for Magno. There's a strike. It falls. Again, folks, right in the middle where she belongs. That's Reagan Magno making it happen.
Now serving will be number 21 for the Warriors.
Yep, so Magno gets the point and will serve up 13. Just a forward spiral serve there. I like that. No waste of time. Just go with it. Up and over the wall. Up for Crew. Kreitzer, backside Ava. A little bit of a scramble. She makes it over, but out of bounds. So all of a sudden, it's Mohawk 21-7. And this is fast-paced action, folks. Mohawk not wasting any time. Magno, strike there. Riccio up there. It's going to come right back down as Drusel. Another point for the Warriors, 22-7. All things favor the team in black and red tonight. Magno, forward spiral there on the serve. Set up there for Crew. Now back to Ava. Off the wall, still in the field of play. Set up there by number 17, Tanner. Deep shot there. Nice scramble here for the Wolverines. Ava gets it up and over. Back row, Magno. Front row, set up for Drusel. Strike there, inbounds. It's a good point, and it's now 23-7. What a run here, folks. And it's pretty much right around 11-1 straight points. Fernetti sets it up here. Up there by Crew. Lena up and over the wall. It will fall. That's a big one. Kind of stops the bleeding, but if you're looking at that scoreboard, Dakota, just 2 points away.
Now checking in will be number 21, Genevieve, and number 1, Jaden Allwine.
And it looks like Jaden Allwine will be serving here. Front row there for Ellwood is Ava, Lucarelli, Kreitzer, as well as Genevieve. Got to give credit to Allwine. She had pretty good serving the past couple weeks. Line drive, good serve. Set up there for the Warriors. Magno gets it up and over. Back row, Riccio at the net. It's going to fall back to the left side of the Wolverines. Far side, Ava, up and over, deep shot. Yeah, that was a good shot. Got to give credit to Ava. She hit the line. It was right there. Give credit to the line judge there as well. That was a good call.
Credit both officials.
Communication. Yeah.
They were working with the line judges
Yeah.
for both JV and varsity.
Yeah. Good serve there. That one falls, unfortunately out of bounds. Just missing. So, folks, it's 24-9.
Now serving number 13 for set point opportunity.
That's Hampson. Good serve here. Set up for the Wolverines offense. Got to get this one down. Off the wall, it comes back, but I think it was out of bounds. Yes, it was. So that's a point for Ellwood. That stops bleeding as they just now hit 10 points.
Now checking in number 22, Jones.
Yep, she'll check in for Riccio. Offense for defense here.
And number 20, Ava Lucarelli with the serve. But next point for the Warriors, they take the set.
Yep.
But Ava Lucarelli will get the ace.
Yeah, Ava says enough of that. We'll hold it off. One more point. Good ace there, right down the middle. Good strike, and that does not happen very often against the Warriors. 24-11. Ava with the serve. Line drive. That time up by Magno. Doesn't waste any time. Front row off the wall. Scramble out of bounds. Give that point to Marley McBride and the Warriors. They win the first set convincingly, 25-11. So, folks, we'll take a timeout here. We'll come back for the second set of this high school matchup. It's Mohawk Warriors up 1-0 in the early going. All right, folks, we got a spotting here for the Newcastle News fans. That is Mr. Cody Patterson for the Newcastle News. So, folks, you can take a screenshot there. I know Lawrence County Sports Network always does it. We can do it as well. He's here for a big matchup for Mohawk and Ellwood City. First set there went in victory for the Warriors, 25-11. Very convincing lead. They had a 12-6 lead, and after that, 13-5 run to finish the match in that first set volley. We'll start the second set here As it looks like it will be the Mohawk Warriors serving. That'll be number 13, Sarah Hampson, one of the seniors on the team. As we get ready to go. Again, best of 5. Got to win 3 sets and win by 2 points up to 25. First strike there in the second set, unfortunately for Ava Lucarelli, shortchanged into, or actually below the net, so it's 1-0 Mohawk early going. Serve again by Hampson. Good strike, back row. Riccio up and over by Drusel. A little bit of a scramble. Riccio gets it up. Kreitzer up and over, now to the Warriors side. Front row here, strike off the wall. It falls for McBride and company. It's 2-0 early going Mohawk. Once again, a serve here from Hampson. Back row, Frenetti up through the middle. Allwine to far side. Ava up and over the wall. Drusel gets it over. What a play. That could be the play of the game here for the Warriors. What a strike there by number 1. McBride up by Drusel. Good rally here for both teams. So far, it's all defensive, though, for Ellwood. Up and over by Kreitzer. Back row, Magno. Set up here for the far side. Tap up and over. And we continue to play on. Kreitzer up and over the wall. Set up there by number 17, Tanner. Close side, McBride. And that's the first time in a while that McBride was shut down at the wall. That's a point for the Wolverines.
Now serving will be number 1, Jaden Allwine for the Wolverines.
And again, folks, if you're just joining us, that's only the 12-point total by Ellwood. They got to get some service points in a row and have any shot in this second set. Early going, 2-1 lead for Mohawk. Up and over by McBride. Back row there, Riccio sets it up for Allwine. Far side, Ava comes through, up and over the wall. It falls, and that's how you do it, folks. Nice little scramble by Ellwood on offense. Splits it 2-2. Once again, Jaden Allwine serving for the Wolverines. Line drive serve, back row, set up there. Up and over the wall. Oh, nice play by number 2, Riley Schaefer. Caught the Wolverines napping up and over that wall. You expect them to set. She went and thought otherwise.
Number 17 with the serve.
Macy Tanner, good serve there. Frenetti up through the middle as the libero. Off to Ava, up and over, does clear off the...
Hits the rafters, so it goes out of bounds in the favor of the Wolverines. We're tied 3-all.
Yeah, folks, it's gotta, if it hits the rafter, you got to hit it over before it goes over the net. In that case, Mohawk did not, so point Ellwood.
Shafley checks back in now for the Wolverines.
Yep, and she will change her jersey because of the blood that she had. She's now technically wearing number 6. Allwine up here, far side. Why not? Shafley. A little bit more action behind that one. McBride off to Ava. Let's set up Shafley again. Why not? Oh, nope. We're going to the other side. Fortunately, it falls.
On Wolverine's side.
Yep.
Mohawk continues their lead 4-3.
Yeah.
Now serving will be the libero, number 12.
And that is Tess Green. Again, if I'm Ellwood, I'm letting Shafley get this as much as she can. She's going to get some frustration out. Allwine. There is Shafley. Good strike. I like it. Right to the libero. Back row. McBride. Cross court there to Shafley. Sets it up here. Allwine. Far side. Up through the middle. Kreitzer. Oh, very close, but about 1.5 feet out. That's a point for Mohawk. So again, Tess Green, one of the seniors here, 5'4", libero. Good serve there up through the middle. Off the rafter a little bit. Scramble for Shafley. It gets up and over. Now the back row here, set up for McBride. Strike there. Good play here by Ava Lucarelli. Far side, Shafley. Line drive again, up through highest, all the way up through the rafters. Up and over by McBride again. Little change up here by Allwine. There's the strike. It's down the line. About 1 foot inbounds by number 1, McBride. As Mohawk doubles up Ellwood 6-3. Serve once again by Green. Back row, Frenetti. That's a good serve. Caught Frenetti off to the left side. That's an ace. Point Mohawk 7-3.
And Ellwood will take their first timeout of the second set.
We'll take a timeout here, folks, as well. Mohawk up in the second set by 4. right, folks, welcome back here. Early going second set, but all things so far, Mohawk, they're up 7-3 out of the timeout. Ellwood left with just one remaining in the second set. And the
that's
timeout
a
works.
There into the net
Yep.
for the Warriors. Brings Wolverines up 4-7.
Sub there for Nitty out. Coming back in is number 7, Crum.
Now serving number 2, Kara Kreitzer.
Jump serve. Oh, deep serve there. Unfortunately, a little too hard there. And quickly given right back, 8-4. Now serving for the Warriors will be number 1. That's Marley McBride. Back row serve here. Up through the middle. Set up there by Allwine. Strike there by Shafley. Good strike up through the rafters. Good set here by Mohawk. Off the wall. Shafley up there for Allwine. Up and over. Back corner there by number 17, Tanner. Strike down by Magno. It falls. That's a point, Mohawk. And she continues to dominate up front there.
Well, if you remember, Brad, in that first set, McBride had quite the run of serves.
Yeah. And she's listed 5'9", but
finished it out?
yeah, she did. She did. She's listed 5'9", folks, but she's got about a 2-foot vertical at least. I mean, her hands are up and over. She's got a good set there. And unfortunately, 4 hits here for Ellwood. So that's a point for Mohawk. And it was because of Magno's wall there. Didn't make it up and over. So 10 serving 4. McBride, line drive, good serve. Set up there by Ava Lucarelli. Up and over. Back row there, McBride. Off to Tanner, up for Magno. Deep that. That's the first time she's made a mistake. That's what happens, folks, when Brad talks about you. You don't want to be talked about, I guess, because you will get jinxed.
Substitution here is number 12. Crew comes in along with number 11, Lena Lucarelli, and Gracie Crew will be serving.
So kind of early going here, but this is a big, important moment here for Ellwood. They got to get back into it, down 5. Back row. Set up here for Mohawk. Up and over there by number 13, Hampson. Crew, front row. Shafley up and over the wall. Unfortunately, too far out of bounds on the cross hit there. It's now 11-5.
Now serving will be number 2 for the Warriors.
That's Riley Schaefer. A little bit of a jump serve there. Unfortunately, into the net. So for Mohawk, back-to-back service errors. Not something they do too often, but kind of letting Ellwood sit only 5 points back.
Now serving number 6, Emma Shafley.
Yeah, good serve there. Almost dropped in front of the libero. Good play, though. Up and over by Magno. Good strike, too. Lena gets it up here for Crew. Far side. Libero comes up, is green. Front row, Magno, it's down. What a play by Magno, folks. It's almost an automatic play for the Warriors. You get in that front row, and if Magno, number 21, is there, look out, folks.
Now serving will be number 21, Magno.
Yep. Just that forward serve there. Nothing too fancy with hers. Just setting up for the defense. Up and over the wall by Lena Lucarelli. Far side there. Set up for Schaefer. She'll look to Frenetti. Crew, far side. Ava off that front area. Still in the field of play. A little bit of a scramble set up there over by Hampson. Crew back to Lena. Line drive. Unfortunately, hits off of the netting. Falls on Ellwood's side. So another point for Mohawk. Now 13-6. Served by Magno. This one falls a little sooner. Crew up for Ava. Off the wall again. Unfortunately, short into the netting. It's been a tough night here for that side hitting by Ellwood. Both sides, right and left.
Magno once again with the serve, 14-6.
And quickly, Mohawk is up by more than Ellwood's points, 14-6. Up and over by Ava. Back row here. Schaefer off of Shafley. Set up there. Ava. Good strike there. Scramble by the Warriors. Close side. Hampson. Sorry, check that. Yep, that was Hampson. It falls. Either way, Hampson and company gets the point, 15-6. All things in favor of Mohawk. Serve once again by Magno. Frenetti sets it up here for Crew. Front row, Ava. Got to be a tough play. Gets it up and over, but good scramble by Hampson. And Tanner up and over by Magno. Now for the Wolverines. Crew back here to Lena. Line drive. Good play by
Hits the
Schaefer.
rafters.
Yep, hits the
They
rafters.
play on.
we continue on. Good rally here for both teams. Crew up through the middle. Crum back over to the Warriors. Schaefer to the far side there. Hampson. Reset. Here we go for Ava Lucarelli. Fortunately, about 10 to 15 feet too far. And it's out of bounds. It makes it now 16-6. Unfortunately for Ellwood, nothing is, well, working. It's a good rally. Just got to get the finish.
10-point lead now for the Warriors.
And they do not waste any time. Lena at the wall. It goes up and over. Drusel gets it up for Schaefer. Back to Drusel. Up and over. A little tough play there for Ava Lucarelli. Strike there. Unfortunately, back in the netting again. And it's now quickly 17-6. And
Wolverines will take their second and last time out of the second set.
Again, folks, some big things coming up here in the next couple of days. On Friday, that'll be our next broadcast. Ellwood will be playing in varsity football Friday night action. It's a big MAC section play there as Ellwood takes on Western Beaver Golden Beavers. And it's homecoming, so homecoming festivities start at 6:30. We'll be on the air about 6:25. We'll have the crowning of the Queen at halftime. Kickoff, obviously, at 7. That's a big one. Golden Beavers looking to keep their perfect season. Looking to go 7-0 for a long time. When they went 6-0 last week, it was the first time in, I want to say it was not 59. Put it this way, it was beyond 2000. That I do know, that they went started the season undefeated. It's been a while, folks. And then for Ellwood City, looking to keep pace. More importantly, Dakota, we have an update. Crowning of the King officially this afternoon at the pep rally. The King and the homecoming King for Ellwood was
Jackson Kerr.
Jackson Kerr. And we will see Jackson Kerr and the Ellwood City basketball team. We're not far off, folks. We're talking like 6 weeks, if that. Second to last week of November, we've got scrimmages for basketball. It's around the corner. So congrats to Jackson Kerr for being homecoming king for Ellwood City.
So I'm thinking we may have some sub issues or something, because the FAR judge over there is talking to both Ellwood and Mohawk as they compare books.
Yep. I think we're getting a little shake of the head here, so I think we're okay. Yep, we're ready to go. Back to out of the timeout, 17-6. Magno and company serving very well. And unfortunately for the Ellwood, they just got to get some points and get some momentum and confidence back. Good strike there by Lena Lucarelli. Front row here. Hampson up and over to Fredini. Front row Crew. Far side, Ava. Good strike. That one does fall. And for the first time in a long time, McBride and Magno kind of look at each other like, oops, my bad.
I would say it was just in that corner
good
there.
Strike. Well needed. Definitely needed for the Wolverines.
Now serving for the Wolverines, the libero, number 3, Nina Fernitti.
Here we go. Good strike there. Up through the middle here. Set up there. Good scramble. Magno, unfortunately, is taking a couple steps backwards. When you're on your back foot, folks, it falls short. 17, now 8 for Ellwood.
So Nina Fernitti once again with the serve for the Wolverines.
Side step serve, line drive. Back row there. Set up for Warriors sideline there, Hampson. Crew up there, tapped it over by Kreitzer. Backing over once again there by number 17, Tanner. Ava, strike there into the net again. Unfortunately for Ava Lucarelli, has not been working. It's now 18-8.
Once again gives the Warriors that 10-point lead.
Good strike there, and it's good serve by Hampson. Crew, far side. Lucarelli off the net again, and it's now 19-8.
Like you said, Brad, that far side, the strikes are not happening.
Yeah, it just has not been working very well here for Lucarelli and company. Schaefer set up there for Crew. Now for Kreitzer, off the wall, back through, up the middle here. Far side, scramble. Ava does get it up and over. Set up here. McBride down, and Fernitti falls down, but it was out of bounds by about 2 feet, so big point here.
Possible tip, according to this judge.
Hold the phone here, folks. We'll see if there was a tip or not. Okay, we're going to say it was out of bounds. Yeah, so that'll make it 19-9.
Now coming in is number 21, Genevieve. And number 1, Jaden Allwine, who will be serving.
So lead trimmed to just 10, but still, again, double-digit lead here. That's tough here for Ellwood. Allwine will be serving. Just need to go on a run here. Jump serve. Unfortunately, that one short change and quickly given right back to Mohawk, 20-9. Serving will be number 17, Macy Tanner. First time we see her tonight serving. She gets a little cheer on from the bench. Good serve by Tanner. Kind of like Fernetti sidestep. Up and over there by Ava. A little bit of a scramble here for Mohawk. Up and over by Trussell. Unfortunately, when she went up through, she kind of hit herself in the face area.
Substitution here as number 25 will check in.
Yeah, that's Madison Moran. And in fact, Drussel's not holding her face or anything like that. She's just kind of trying to keep from making a little smirk there about herself. She's kind of joking a little bit. Got a smile on her face.
Now serving for the Wolverines, number 20, Ava Lucarelli.
Line drive serve, back row Magno. Set up off of the rafter here. McBride up and over. Now for the Wolverines offense. Kreitzer up and over the front wall there. Sections off there to the far side. Schaefer. Tough play here for Genevieve. Oh, she did get it over, but out of bounds. Back to Mohawk we go. And looks like
now serving will be number 18, Druschel.
Yeah, we'll hold off the sub here with Libero. It's going to be number 18, Emma Drussel. Serving real close to this close sideline. Allwine up there for Shafley. Strike there. Good back row here by Drussel. Magnet. Far side. Tough play by Finney. Good play. Kreitzer up and over. Tough play there for the back row. Mohawk does get it up and over. Now Lucarelli. Up there for Allwine. Now for Nitty. Up and over. Good tough play here. Good rally by both teams. McBride strikes it down. Good dig there by Ava. Back to Fernity. Up and over. Wait to continue on. Uh-oh, here comes Magno. And that was close. Ooh. Yeah, I thought Ava almost had it, but it did hit the ground first.
I thought Ava had it.
I thought so too. It was real close. I think that was simultaneous there. It was real close. Point for Mohawk, up by 12.
So Druschel with the serve.
Fernetti sets up here for Allwine. Far side, Shafley off the wall. It falls. Either way, it goes off of Magno, so that's a point for Ellwood. And that's back-to-back points. Not many times has that happened.
Crum comes in for the libero Nina Fernetti as number 2, Kara Kreitzer, will be serving.
Line drive serve, back row, way out of bounds there, and it goes right back to Mohawk, 23-11. Subs here.
Substitution as number 13 checks back in for the Warriors.
And that's Hampson.
And number 1, McBride with the serve.
Yep.
As they're looking at set and mat. No, just set opportunity.
Yep, denied there, unfortunately, makes it now 23-12. But you're kind of alluding to the future here. Unfortunately for Ellwood, you got to find a way to score 11 points in a row. If
I
not,
forgot what set we were in.
Yeah, got to score 11 points just to stay pace.
Now serving number 12, Gracie Crew, and number 11, Lena Lucarelli, also checked in for the Wolverines.
Here's Crew. Forward serve there. Back middle row. Set up for Magno. It's down. Ava does dig it out, though. Back up for Ava. Good strike this time around. Back row here for the Warriors. Up and over by Hampson. Tough play at the front row here for Shafley. Back up for Lena. She does get it up and over. That one was going to be close to going out of bounds. Good play, though, by the Warriors. Now for the Wolverines. Shafley, strike there. Cross court. McBride gets it up. Back over to the close side. Hampson up and over. We continue on. This is about the fifth or sixth rally between these two teams in this set. Right at the net, up and over, stays off the netting. Wolverines turn, up by Shafley. Now back to Mohawk. Up for Magno, strike there. You can tell the fatigue on this play kind of cutting through. Back to the Wolverines, now Warriors turn. Schaefer gets it down, it falls. Cross-court shot there in the front row by Riley Schaefer. It's now 24-12. And it looks like it will be Schaefer.
We are at set point opportunity here now.
Yep, looking to close it out.
Serves.
Good strike there. Up for Crew. Shafley strike there. Set up by libero Green. Magno up and over the wall. Sometimes you got to be lucky. It falls. Mohawk wins
takes
the set.
Second set, 25-12.
So all things in favor of Mohawk. Ellwood does improve, unfortunately, just by 1 point. So it's now 2-0 in favor of the Warriors. We'll take a timeout. We'll bring you the most important set here, third set action, next up on Ellwood City Sports. All right, folks, welcome back here to Ellwood City Big Gym here. 2-0, Mohawk in the lead, and pretty one side here, 25-11 and 25-12. All things going in favor of the Wolverines. Or sorry, the Warriors. It was a W team. Unfortunately, went and said the wrong one.
It's the first time it happened tonight, and it
I know,
usually happens
right?
more with these two.
I was doing so well.
Starting off will be the Wolverines, number 1, Jaden Allwine with the serve.
Set up there for Drusel. It falls, and it's picking up where they left off in the first 2 sets. Mohawk up 1-0. We do have a score update. So far, Riverside is up 2-0 with a 9-2 lead now on Shenango. So Riverside is the real deal, folks. They're keeping pace. Only 1 loss in section play. That one there, unfortunately, goes in the net, and just like that, quickly, Mohawk up 2-0.
Number 13 is the one serving for the Warriors.
So good serve there by number 13, Hampson. Goes down as an ace. Mohawk up quickly, 3-0.
Hampson with the serve once again.
Back row, Shafley sets it up for Allwine. Far side there, Lena Lucarelli, strike off the wall. Nice play by Magno. McBride off the wall. Drusel now gets it up. Schaefer, unfortunately, goes in net. Nice play by McBride. It's still alive here, folks. McBride once again. That one strike off the wall. Fernetti now sets it up there. Mid-range. Lena up and over. Through the middle. McBride off the wall. Middle range here for Kreitzer. Back up through the middle. Drusel finds the hole in the gap. It's a point. Mohawk now quickly 4-0.
Served by Hampson.
Good serve there. Set up by Kreitzer. Off the wall. Good scramble by McBride. That may be the first time in a while that there's nobody in that front row section there for the Warriors. It's now 4-1.
Checking in number 20, Ava Lucarelli, and she will be serving.
So that's set already 5 points in. All things in favor of Mohawk. Ellwood's got to get something going, and unfortunately, serve right into the net does not do it.
Now serving will be number 17 for the Warriors.
And that will be Macy Tanner. Jump serve there, good serve. Fernetti sets it up here, Allwine to Shafley. Strike there right back at Shafley. She does get it up and over, but out of bounds. So another point for Mohawk, now 6-1. Score update, Riverside cruising 13-2 as we will take a timeout here for Ellwood City. 6-1, Mohawk, third set. All right, folks, welcome back here out of the timeout by Ellwood City. They're down by 5, third set 6-1. Now make it 7-1. All things Mohawk, my goodness. And it looks like the battle of the elites. It's going to be Neshannock, Mohawk, and Riverside. Looks like at the top of the brackets or the section after tonight. It'll be a battle between those three again. Neshannock and Mohawk split their matches, as that is a point for Ellwood. One of the very few here. It's now 7-2.
Now serving will be number 2, Kara Kreitzer.
Got to get some serving here, as Ellwood has not served very well. It's been a couple times. Unfortunately, that one goes in the net, and it goes right back to Mohawk.
Now serving will be number 18, Drusel.
So 8 serving 2 now is Emma Drusel. Good serve there, up for Shafley. Allwine up there for Shafley. It will fall as Drusel for the second time tonight does something that makes her kind of chuckle. Kicks are warranted, unfortunately not off your own player.
Now coming in number 12, Gracie Crew. And she will be serving.
I guarantee Drusel's going to go back and watch our stream here maybe once or twice and just kind of laugh at it. Wolverine serve, Crew. Good serve there. Set up there by McBride. Magno's going to have to take a step back. Good strike, though. My goodness. Shafley up and over. Now for Green in the libero. Magno, the strike gets down, and they're going to say inbounds. That's another point for Mohawk, now 9-3. As the bench erupts for Mohawk, as they get the
now serving number 1,
going on.
McBride.
Yep, McBride, good serve there. Front row, Crew off to Crum. Back for the Warriors. Magno up and over the wall. Good scramble and good dig there by Allwine. Still in the field of play. Green, McBride up and over. Lucarelli, Crew, Shafley up and over. Deep, and unfortunately that one probably would have been out of bounds. And it'll be a point for Ellwood, 9-4.
Coming in now, number 21, Genevieva.
So Genevieva will be up on that front row here with Allwine and McCrum. Sorry, Crum. My goodness. McBride and McCrum is going to drive me nuts. That's a service ace here for number 6, Shafley. Now make the score 9-5. Again, folks, Shafley went from number 4 to 6. She got hit in the face with a bloody nose, so change of jersey. Serve there by Shafley again. Tough play here on the outside edge, and just like that, Shafley getting something going here serving-wise. Ellwood, the closest they've been all night. Midway through the sets, 9-6. Line drive, good serve, and ace. Oh, boy. What a run here by Shafley.
3 in a row?
Yeah, yeah, making things happen, folks. Senior-led one of the captains here is Shafley, and picking up, making things happen. Good serve again. Green, tough play here from McBride. Up and over by Schaefer. Now for Shafley. Crew up there for Allwine, up and around the wall. It falls, and all of a sudden, Ellwood starting to crawl back into it. 9-8. Shafley, line drive serve.
That one's out of bounds.
Just out of bounds.
Point Mohawk.
Yep.
Now 10 serving 8 as number 2 Schaefer will be serving.
Yep, so once again, that is Riley Schaefer, one of the seniors here for Mohawk. Jump serve, line drive, off to Shafley. Front row, Crew, it's going to be a tough play. She does keep it alive. For an Nitty up and over. Good play by the Wolverines. Magno, strike here, off of Shafley. Up and over by Crew. We play on, folks. Up there, Schaefer, nice play. Good read by Riley Schaefer. It falls. Point Mohawk, now 11-8.
Schaefer once again with the serve.
Jump serve once again, line drive. Good low serve. Struck down by Magno off of the play from Genevieve. It's now 12-8 Mohawk. And just like that, just when you think Ellwood got back into it, cut it down to 1. It's 3 straight points by Mohawk. Serving 8. Good serve again. Tough play here for the Wolverines. Crum, good strike there though. Good dig by McBride, up and over there by Hampson. Crew, far side of Genevieve, or actually for Nitty, off the wall, and a fall, so point for Ellwood, 12-9.
Now serving will be the libero, number 3, Nina Fernitti.
This is that rotation era that we had great success on Tuesday night. See if Ellwood can get something going here. Magno up and over by McBride. Shafley up there close to the front net. Still in the field of play. It falls on Mohawk side.
At the feet of the official.
Yep.
So right on the platform.
So all things going fairly well here. This third set. Yes, Ellwood is down, but they're already at 10 points. Sidestep, good serve. It's an ace for Nitty, and just like that, Ellwood down by 1. Seems like the Wolverines kind of woke up here and get the crowd going. They've been quiet all night long. Schaefer up and over with the punch. Crew set there for Allwine. It falls back down. Good try there by Kreitzer and Genevieve, but be point Mohawk, now 13-11.
Now serving will be number 21, Magno.
There's the serve, up and over. Good serve there from Magno. Crew sets it up here. Kreitzer off the wall, scramble by Mohawk. Up and over by Hampson. Still in the play for Nitty. Crew, Kreitzer, back row, Magno sets it up here for Schaefer. Up and over by Hampson, off the wall, out of bounds. That's going to be a point Mohawk as they take the lead and extend it 14-11. Magno once again, serving, up 3. Good serve, almost drops. It's going to be a tough play by Genevieve. Now from the front row, Drusel off of Crew, Allwine. Now Kreitzer up and over. And I think we're going to get a carry double hit. So that's going to be a point here for Mohawk, now 15-11. 2-11. Good serve again by Magno, just getting it up and over the wall. Kreitzer back over the Warriors side of things. Punch there in the corner by Schaefer. Good scramble play by Frenetti. Schaefer, line drive, set up here from Schaefer. Kept in the field of play. Schaefer taps it up and over. Now for Kreitzer, up and over. McBride sets it up here for the Warriors' turn. Up and over there by Tanner. Good scramble, and it falls on Ellwood's side. So once again, another point for Mohawk as they string a couple points together. Now 16-11. Magno once again. Forward serve there. Almost off the rafters. Crew up for Allwine, up and over. Set up there. Back row, Magno. Back to Hampson. Scramble from Ellwood, unfortunately.
And they get it over.
Yes, they do. Good play there. Ellwood continues on. Hampson this time around. Frenetti up and over by Crew. Now for the Warriors. Set up front row. Hampson the third time. Nice play by the Wolverines defense. Genevieve punches it up and over. Set up here for Drusel. Up and over. It falls inbounds. That's a point Mohawk. Now 17-11. Just when Ellwood goes on a rally, they unfortunately lose the point. We're going to take our last timeout of the set. It's 17-11, favor Mohawk. All right, folks, welcome back here out of the timeout. Ellwood, no more timeouts in the third set. They're down 17-11. They got to get something. If not, Mohawk could win in straight sets. Allwine off the wall. Magno, good play there from Magno, but unfortunately a little bit short. Good point for Ellwood and Allwine and company.
Substitution here as number 11, Lena Lucarelli, checks in. And number 1, Jaden Allwine, will be serving.
Ellwood servers need to go on a little bit of a run here. Good serve off the Magno. Up there for Drusel. Strike there. It's going to fall right in front of Shafley. It falls 18-12. Tough play there for that back row.
Now serving number 13 for the Mohawk Warriors.
That's Hampson. Good serve by Sarah Hampson. It's going to fall for an ace. And that's another point for Mohawk, now 19-12. So once again, Sarah Hampson, one of the seniors on the team. 7 seniors showing for Mohawk. Good scramble from Ellwood, up and over by Allwine. Magno puts it up here. Schaefer off to McBride, up and over the wall. Good scramble from Ellwood. Shafley strikes it. Fortunately, short changes it into the net. That's another point for Mohawk, now 20-12. Served by Hampson. Line drive serve. It falls for an ace in that back corner as once again, communication issues for Ellwood. That's been the theme of the night. 21-12.
Hampson once again with the serve.
Good serve, but unfortunately this time out of bounds too hard. Point for Ellwood, 21-13.
Now number 20, Ava Lucarelli, will check in for the Wolverines, and she will be serving.
So here's serve from Ava. Good serve. Set up here for the Warriors offense, up and over by McBride. No reset here. Frenetti up and over. Front row option here for Drusel. Tapped up and over. Scrambled by Allwine. Frenetti sets it up here. Tough play there for Shafley. That's a point for the Mohawk Warriors. Now 22-13.
Now serving will be number 17 for the Warriors.
Good serve there once again from Tanner. That has been the theme for Mohawk. Good serving. Set up there. Back over to McBride. Off the wall. Off of Shafley and down. That's a point for Mohawk, 23-13.
And Warriors lead now 10 points.
Set there by Tanner. Fortunately, short changes it into the net there, and that'll be a point for Ellwood as they're down by 9. Final score from Shenango, Riverside, straight sets, 3-0 victory over the Wildcats. Just wrapped up there on Lawrence County Sports Network.
Now serving number 2, Kara Kreitzer.
Good serve. Front row for the Warriors. McBride strikes it down. And, folks, it's 24-14. You know what that means.
And match point opportunity for the Mohawk Warriors as the libero, number 12, gets ready to serve.
Tess Green will be serving. Line drive serve. Good serve. Front row, Allwine up for Lena. Unfortunately, out of bounds. That's a point for Mohawk.
And Warriors take straight sets, 25-14 in this third set.
And there you go, folks. They will pick up the victory in straight sets, 3-0, 25-14. They improved from the 25-12, 25-11, but unfortunately 14 is not going to be enough. So the Mohawk Warriors will pick up, I believe that is their 10th victory of the season. That's a big one as they continue to stay pace with Neshannock and Riverside. They improved to 6-2 in section play. And again, they split with Neshannock, so definitely playoffs, no doubt, for Mohawk. Definitely around the corner, but more importantly, they're trying to stay pace and possibly win the section. Folks, we'll be back on the air 24 hours. In fact, less than 24 hours, 6:30 tomorrow, as Ellwood will host Western Beaver Golden Beavers in homecoming. Festivities start at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Crowning of the Queen at halftime. The King officially was crowned today. That was Jackson Kerr, so congrats Jackson Kerr. And that will wrap up another week of Ellwood City Sports. Dakota, do you have anything?
I do not.
All right, folks, so make sure you go on Ellwood City Wolverines YouTube page tomorrow night. If you're not able to make it, it's going to be a great night, beautiful weather, a great setting for homecoming. Be sure to come out. If you are not able to, tune in to Ellwood City Sports. On behalf of Ellwood City Sports, Brad Windhorst, Dakota Marshall, good night, folks, and we will see you tomorrow night from Helling Stadium for homecoming festivities. Good night, folks.